Hey, y'all, welcome back to my first solo episode of Confessions of a Male Gynecologist. Sean Tassone, America's Holistic Gynecologist. And I'm going to tell you what, man, there's something that has been sitting in my craw for the last probably 2 months. And I'm glad that I'm finally back in doing these kind of solo episodes because there's a topic out there that has been really bothering me for the last couple of months, as I said. And I've been getting a lot of questions. I've been debating ad nauseum with these companies online. And first of all, how many of you out there on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, your phone listening to you, are getting inundated with ads for all of these menopausal, perimenopausal supplements and blah, blah, blah. And they're claiming they're the best, that they are gonna fix all of your woes. They're wonderful. They have science backed, which is a shit term that means absolutely nothing. None of these products actually have usually a shred of proof, but they're out there, you know, promoting garbage. And now, as with Gwyneth Paltrow and Halle Berry, they're getting owned by celebrities who are hitting their 50s and obviously look amazing. And these women are promoting their products that they own like they are the godsend to women's health, which is fascinating that they didn't give a shit before they hit 50 and now they're experts just because they turned 50. But the thing that's sad to me ultimately is that they are spreading misinformation. They're gouging women to buy the product that they're promoting that they own, and really none of it actually does any good. And the main one that's out there right now that I really want to dissect are these scammy topical face creams that now are promoting the fact that they have estrogen in them. And I also want to talk about the creams that are available over the counter that have progesterone, estrogen, and wild yam, some of which actually have prescriptive strengths of progesterone and estrogen in them, but they are being promoted on Amazon or on these company websites as being lotions. They don't come right out and say that they have prescription strength. And basically what these companies are doing is they are providing prescriptive strength hormones without a prescription, lying about the fact that it is a prescription strength, saying that it's a topical lotion, just like Dove or, one of these lotions that you use for dry skin. And they're circumnavigating the FDA and the medical prescribing laws by saying it's a lotion when they are providing women with prescription strength estrogen and progesterone and things that could really cause issues over the long haul. I think it's one of those things that you need to be aware of. I think it's scammy. I think it's dangerous. And I'm really saddened by the fact that a lot of women are being lied to about these products. So that being said, I'm going to dive into a couple of aspects here about things. And I just wanted you guys to kind of like be aware of what's going on. So let's start. Let's start with these. And I'm going to use these companies' names because, hey, they're putting themselves out there. And one of the ones that I am seeing over and over and over again is a company called Muesli. First of all, it's a ridiculous name. It sounds like mucus. But anyways, Muesli. And what are they out there promoting? They have something called the Aging Repair Cream. And it says it's an estrogen-based prescription anti-aging cream that plumps the skin, restores elasticity, shrinks pores, and improves dryness and dullness. Okay. So, formulations. Let's see what it says. Prescription is not guaranteed. So at least this company has a prescribing physician. My guess is it's some doctor who didn't want to work in an office and just wanted to sit behind a computer and approve prescriptions. Most of the time, these doc in the box people that work for these companies are probably getting paid by the prescription, so they're going to obviously approve everything. They don't even list what's in it. That you can't even find the ingredients, so that's a red flag. The fact that it says anti-aging is a red flag. If you look at the pictures, the before and afters, it's the same person, but they've obviously changed the way that the picture is taken. So if you dig deep enough, you can find that the product contains estriol, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and aloe. Okay, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, aloe, all great for the skin. But what's this estriol? Well, it says it increases collagen production, retains moisture, and improves skin elasticity. First of all, estriol is a physiologic estrogen. You have 3 estrogens in your body. If you haven't listened to my episode on estradiol and estrogens, please go back and listen to it. But estriol is the weakest of the 3 estrogens. It's about 100 times weaker than estradiol. That being said, putting it on your skin, let's say you are a younger woman, a perimenopausal woman, not a woman that's in overt menopause. You have such high levels of circulating estrogen and estradiol that you don't need this product. Okay. So that's part of the issue. You don't even need the product because you already have high levels of estradiol, which is 100 times stronger than this estriol that they're putting in the product. So then they'll turn around and say, well, we're really focusing on menopausal women. Okay, let's say you're a menopausal woman and you have hormone replacement therapy. Well, if you have hormone replacement therapy, you're probably getting estradiol, which means you don't need this product because, again, your estradiol levels are good and you don't need this weak estriol. So basically, this product is a couple things. I personally think it's garbage. These estriol creams are just sheer stupidity. And what they're doing is they're preying on a woman's desire to have good skin. If I was going to spend money, I would just go to Sephora and buy a good collagen-based peptide. Probably invest in some retin A. Retin A is really what's going to help. Vitamin C, retin A, retinols, things that we know are going to increase collagen. If you already have adequate levels of estrogen in your body, this product is completely worthless. And the doctor visit, this is the other thing. If you go down, they charge $33 a month. Keep in mind that a prescription for estradiol is probably $40, and that's 100 times stronger. So why get this? Second, their doctor visits are $20. Now, what self-respecting physician is going to charge $20 for a visit? I'm sorry, I don't mean that to sound like we all need tons of money, but what doctor is going to see a patient for $20? I mean, that's a red flag to me as well. And then they've got this list of board certified physicians that are on the bottom of their website page. And I'm sure they're all getting paid. Nobody's going to be, promoting a supplement company like this unless they're getting something. Not that that's bad, but, they have an OBGYN on there. Whether or not this person, is respectable, I have no idea. I'm not going to comment on that because I don't know. But it's one of those things. They put these people on there as more of a way for you to think that it's legit. Doesn't mean crap. And if you look at the reviews, they're really not that great. But the companies that have their own websites that put reviews on their own websites, I mean, you think they're going to put many bad ones on there? Come on, seriously. So then there's another company out there called Alloy, Alloy. And they have a product called M4, Mega Miracle Menopause Moisturizer, a restorative and custom blended estriol face cream to address signs of aging. Again, increases collagen, retains and restores moisture, increases skin firmness, decreases pore size. All the creams at Sephora probably do the same thing. Again, estriol, and they have vitamin E in their product. And who's it for? This is what they say. For any woman, really any woman, looking to reverse the effects of estrogen deficiency in the skin due to menopause, perimenopause, or just aging. Completely contradictory statement. Any woman. But then they say the effects of estrogen deficiency. Well, most women don't have estrogen deficiency because they're either young, perimenopause, or even younger, or they're menopausal and have estrogen. So the only woman that I would recommend even looking at this skin cream is the woman that has estrogen deficiency. And here's the thing. Most women that have estrogen deficiency because they need it, because they have like breast cancer or they have an estrogen dependent cancer and they don't want estrogen in their body. So why would you then give them this? So really, no woman, not any woman, no woman needs this. And then the classic line, M4 works alone or alongside your current menopause treatment plan. Well, that's garbage, because if you have a good menopause treatment plan and you're getting estradiol, which is 100 times stronger than this garbage cream, you don't need it. Okay. I'm going to get down off of my soapbox here. But let's just see. Again, they'll have a doctor. Oh, and they have research on the bottom of their page that is supposed to show you that that their product works, but it wasn't actually done on their product. So that's the other thing. Whenever these companies say research backed, what that means is the ingredient that's in their product has research. It doesn't mean that their product itself has research. It means that the stuff that's in the product has been researched. Again, it's all smoke and mirrors. Ask them online to show you research on their particular product. Y'all know I talk about feminescence all the time, maca. I love it. You ask Symphony, the company that makes feminescence, to give you an actual study of their product. They can give it to you because they've done studies on their actual product, not just maca, but their maca, the way that they prepare it, the way that they dose it. None of these other companies are doing this. They're just saying it's research backed, and that means absolutely nothing. So what's my evaluation of these estriol creams? Complete trash. Okay. Save your money. Don't buy these. If you have $60 extra laying around your house, invest in copper peptides or peptides, collagen peptides for the skin, retinols, retin A. If you have dark spots on your face, you might want to get a combination cream that has maybe retinol or retin A and hydroquinone. Those we know work. They've worked for decades and they have tons of research on those ingredients, and those products work well. You need a prescription for that. But like I'm saying, if you are going to invest the money, why not invest in something? We know retin A, tretinoin, works wonders for anti-aging of the skin. And retinols are a little bit a step down from retin A. They're not as strong, but they work just as well. I actually use a retinol. My friend Tony Yoon has a retinol that I use, and I have noticed, some of the skin spots on my face from all that golfing, especially on the left side of your face, because that's the side of your car where you drive and it gets all the sun. So we tend to have more age spots on the left side and probably on your left forearm and hands because it's in the sun. So personally, I wouldn't spend a dime on these face creams. These companies are preying on women's insecurities. They're giving you half-truths, if not flat-out lies. And there is absolutely no need to use these if you have adequate amounts of estrogen in your body. So for the woman who is not taking hormones, and there's a few out there, I'm sure, not just women that have had breast cancer that can't take estrogen, but women that just, went through menopause and had a pretty easy job of it and didn't really have a whole lot of issues. So they just didn't go on estrogen, and maybe they want to have changes in their skin. Topical estriol might be good for them. It does have some research that shows that it can help with enhanced collagen levels. However, it takes about 4 to 6 months to see any results, and it's super, super weak. And you can buy this garbage all over Amazon. I mean, anywhere from $30 to $120. It's everywhere. I personally would stay away from it. I think it's a waste of your money. I think they're using some of them are using hormones, and like I said, are basically hiding the fact that there's hormones in there, and they're lying because they don't want to get in trouble for using bioidentical products, and or they're using just enough so that they're not going over the FDA's recommendations. So there's like a little whiff of it in there, but not enough for them to get in trouble for peddling a prescriptive medication. So that being said, jury's done. Case is closed. Topical estriol creams for 99% of the female population. Trash. Okay. So what about some of these other companies? I made a post the other day on Instagram, probably, I think it was right around Christmas time, about these other creams out there. And wild yam cream. There is no bigger scam in women's health than wild yam creams. And one of the biggest companies out there, and I'm not trashing them for any other reason than they're peddling this, is Anna's. And Anna's, I think they're out of Australia. And all of these same things. They are using this wild yam cream. And if you look at the product, they have different products. You have Anna's wild yam cream, and basically, if you click on it, it's going to, you look for the active ingredients, and it says right on the thing, Dioscorea villosa. Okay, that's the fancy word for wild yam, 200 milligrams. Vitex, aloe vera, vitamin E. So here's the thing. Wild yam is indeed, Dioscorea is what progesterone is made out of. So it would make sense that, hey, if they're making progesterone from this wild yam, then if I just put it on my skin, well, then I'm going to get the benefits of progesterone and I don't need a prescription. Problem is, and there is a problem, the problem is your body cannot take wild yam, Dioscorea, and convert it into progesterone. You don't have the enzymes to do that. What happens is they take the wild yam in a lab and they make it into progesterone, but you can't do that. Your body can't physically do that. So what you're doing is you're putting wild yam cream on your skin. And that's it. It ain't doing anything because it can't. Physically can't. So how do they say it works? Well, the active ingredient of wild yam, this is from their website, Dioscorea villosa, is diosgenin, a powerful phytosterol which has the ability to activate the biochemical lipid pathway aided by numerous enzymes. Trash, 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 garbage, garbage, garbage doesn't mean shit. They put a picture of the steroid pathway on their website because it looks fancy, but the whole steroid pathway they put on here is worthless because the Dioscorea can't start that pathway like they say it can, because you can't do that in your body. You can't. You physically can't do it. Well, then there's women on here that are saying that they've had Sarah, Jackie, Kelly, Jane. I've been using this product for 3 months, but I saw a difference immediately. This is one of those products that I wish I would have tried sooner. First of all, Bianca, Kelly, Jack, are they even real people? Who knows? What this tells me is that placebo is a very powerful thing. Again, not making any of this up. This is just on their website. And it's just fancy. It looks fancy. They talk about 0.625 and then 1.25 grams, which just happen to coincide with the doses of estrogen. So it looks very similar. When you question them on their Instagram page, they don't respond, or they have people that respond in a very kind of interesting manner. My guess is they probably work for the company. But so let's just push that to the side. Wild yam cream, even worse than topical estriol. Topical estriol, I'd give a 3 out of 10 because there might be some women that could benefit from that. Wild yam cream, I would give it a 0. 0. I wouldn't even open the page website. You are literally, you might as well just take your $60 and set it on fire. Okay. So what else is out there? Well, then you have companies out there that are blatantly putting progesterone and estrogen into a cream. Blatantly doing it in prescriptive strengths, and then lying about the fact that you're selling it as a company because you want women to buy it. And yes, you will definitely feel different because it is a prescription strength product, but they are skirting the regulations by saying that it's a lotion. So I just wanted to put something out there. There was a paper done 2005 where they looked at over-the-counter progesterone creams, not wild yam, but actual progesterone creams, comparing them to oral progesterone. So what they found was, obviously there are progesterone products available in a prescription form, and then there's also these lying companies that have it in an over-the-counter form in a topical preparation sold for quote unquote cosmetic usages. Lying sacks of shit. Sorry, that just angers the hell out of me. So in a randomized study design, these authors compared drug exposure from an over-the-counter progesterone cream to the FDA administration of approved oral preparations and looked at these women. So women received a 200 milligram dose of progesterone capsules once daily for 12 days, or this progesterone cream that had 40 milligrams twice daily for 12 days. And what they found was they were similar. So that being said, one, for those doctors out there that don't think topical progesterone works, shut up, because this study shows that it does. And it does get into your bloodstream. My colleagues that think that topical progesterone is ridiculous, here's the study for you. But here's the thing is these companies, and I'm going to call one of them out here, and I'm going to go onto their website, is Bezwecken or Dr. Sheeran. And if you look at their products, because I'm going to pull them up, they have melatonin, gin yam, glyceric acid. Some of these are actually, good products. But they have a product, first of all, that, again, takes a lot of effort to find out what's in it. But it has DHEA and vitamin E. Okay, well, DHEA, unfortunately, for some reason, DHEA you can buy over the counter. It's one of the only hormones, melatonin, vitamin D, and DHEA, that you can buy over the counter. DHEA shouldn't be sold over the counter. I wouldn't recommend a woman use anything with DHEA in it unless she talks to her doctor. But let's look at their product, Prognon BL4X. Ingredients: rice bran oil, organic coconut oil, and then USP progesterone and vitamin E. And it gives you 40 milligrams of progesterone per 10 drops. So here's the problem. Prescription strength of progesterone. Well, actually, in my opinion, any progesterone should be prescription strength. But if we give oral progesterone, we usually give it in a 100 milligram dose. So if you take 20 drops, you're at 40 milligrams. So a lot of women will take these products and they will say, well, a little bit made me feel good. A lot's going to make me feel better. First thing is they don't give you the prices on their website. You actually have to, I think, log in to get the prices, which is a red flag to me. This company promotes these products as cosmetic creams, which I think is shady at most. Their progonol medicine is being said a moisturizer specially formulated to help women relieve common symptoms associated with normal perimenopause. It's a moisturizer, ladies. It's just a moisturizer. It's fine. Well, what are the ingredients? Progesterone. Okay, but it doesn't tell you how much per se, but a half teaspoon, if you dig a little deeper, 40 milligrams. Well, if you use 1 teaspoon, then it's 80 milligrams. Point being is women will go on this stuff because they don't want to go on a quote unquote prescription because everybody likes to do things more naturally. And this company is preying on that because it's the same stuff, people. It's exactly the same stuff. And here's the rub. Progesterone prescription through your pharmacy is probably $10. This stuff for a month's supply, if you were to use it the right way, would probably cost $120. So one, not only are they preying on the fact that they're calling it a moisturizer, which is skirting the regulatory issues. Two, they are putting enough progesterone in there to make you have a physiologic response, which is obviously not a moisturizer. Because think about it. If you had gone to like a company like Sephora and you're having problems sleeping because you're low progesterone, do you think they'd have a product at Sephora that's a moisturizer that would help with that? Oh, hell no. So obviously there's things in there. Now let's look at this other one. Their product called Transitions. This is a nighttime moisturizer that helps turn back the clock to a more youthful complexion. What does it have in it? Progesterone, DHEA, and estriol. Okay. Again, prescription and prescription. But it's a nighttime moisturizer. And then there's another one called Ostoderm. What does it have in it? Estriol and progesterone. Prescription. Ostoderm V, well, this one must be better. A moisturizer specifically formulated to help relieve common vaginal dryness. What does it have in it? Progesterone and estriol. Okay, prescription, but it's a moisturizer. So here's the thing. These companies should be called out. They are selling something that is basically a prescription and they're selling it to you as a moisturizer. So they're basically not being on the up and up. They're kind of skirting around the issues. DHEA, I don't mind because DHEA is over the counter. I don't agree with it being over the counter, but it is. I can't do much about that. But all of these moisturizers that help with vaginal dryness and blah, 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 these are all prescriptions and they should come out and say what it is. They shouldn't make it sound like it's a moisturizer. They're using hormones in them. If you were a woman, say, that had breast cancer and you're using one of these vaginal moisturizers, you could very well be stimulating your breast cancer. And they should be called out for this because I think it's dangerous. I don't think you should be using them willy-nilly. And I just overtly think that they're wrong. For those of you watching this, and hopefully there aren't many watching, there's more listening, I look horrible. I am wearing my hat backwards and I am wearing a hoodie. But it's Saturday, so I don't need to get all dressed up. So the moral of the story with these creams is don't buy them because, one, they either have hormones in them, they end up being 10 times the cost of the actual hormones because you can usually get those through insurance. And number two, stay away from the companies that are selling wild yam cream because it's complete trash. It has absolutely no physiologic effect on your body. And I really would prefer you to save your money. I would rather have you really consolidate the things that you're using. And if you look at these companies, they're all advertising the hell out of themselves. And why? Why do they have to advertise? Well, because that's how they get you to buy the product, because you're going to feel FOMO, like you're missing out, like this. They make these grandiose claims that they seriously can't back up because there is no data on their product. Look at the phraseology of how they're saying science-backed, things like that. They're not FDA approved because they would never get it because they're basically making stuff up. And these products, if they actually work, they work because they have hormones in them. They end up being so much more expensive than the actual hormones. And what they're doing is they're preying on a few things. They're preying on insecurities. They're preying on the fact that a lot of women out there don't want to use prescriptions. So this isn't a prescription, but it's got the same damn stuff in it. And here's the thing. If you have a headache, this is an analogy because I love analogies. Let's say you have a headache and you take 400 milligrams of ibuprofen, 2 pills, and your headache goes away. Why would you also consider taking in a salt shaker, like 2 little shakes of Motrin to try and get rid of this headache? I mean, maybe it would do something, but chances are it's not going to do anything. And then what if that little salt shaker of Motrin cost $10, but the 2 pills you just took were $1? That's what these creams are. It's a tiny little bit of something that probably doesn't work, and it's about 10 times more expensive. The problem is there's just a lot of dishonesty out there, as with most supplements. I really try to partner or support companies that I feel don't do this. I'm always willing to call out companies that do this. And so if you have questions, please feel to reach out to me, DM me on Instagram, leave me some sort of a message. I can give you my opinion. I'm not afraid to call these companies out. I think that they're predatory. I think that they're misinformed, and I think that they at times could even be dangerous. So please be an informed consumer. Please be smart in your choices. I look forward to standing on my soapbox more frequently with these kind of things. I hope that this is a good start to a new year. And as always, if you feel like you're being gaslit by the medical community, which we know happens all the time, if you have questions, if you don't feel good, if you have insomnia, mood swings, irritability, weight gain, issues with your skin, vaginal dryness, decreased sex drive, decreased motivation, energy, brain fog, these could all be hormone related. And the best place for you to start is by calling my office and getting your blood drawn. And let's actually dive into your symptoms and what your blood levels are. And if you have a doctor that's refusing to do blood or refusing to help you, keep searching, because there are people out there like me. There's doctors that are doing this all the time. Unfortunately, there's more out there that don't want to help, that are too busy to help, or simply don't know what's going on. And as always, there's also people out there that are putting people on crazy things and really just trying to make a buck. It's like the Wild West. I'm really sorry about that. These supplements are just part of that Wild West that makes it hard for you to circumnavigate how to feel better and look better. But that's why I'm here. So let's get you feeling better. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I'll talk to you later.